The Spiritan outreach in the United States is to people who find themselves on the margins of society. New York City is made up of 5 boroughs: the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island. In the northern section of Manhattan, Harlem has since the 1920s been known as a major African-American residential, cultural, and business center. Today, many longtime residents of Harlem have been pushed further away by the effects of gentrification and new wealth. Religion has historically had a strong presence in Harlem, with over 400 churches. One of them, St. Mark the Evangelist, a Spiritan parish.
The Spiritans have been here serving in the Harlem community for over 100 years, and we came here at the request of the bishop, who had gotten recommendation from St. Catherine Drexel. She in fact built our school here. I think as we came here, one of the things that immediately encouraged us is that as missionaries, we found ourselves being missionaries right here in the United States. So it's not just now that people are saying, oh, now missionaries are coming to be missionary. We were missionaries here when no one else thought of mission. Every year our parish goes to Haiti, for example, in solidarity with our Spiritans who are working in Haiti. Just to be in solidarity with them, to learn about the culture, and then for them to also see that we are not afraid. You know, so it's a very, very important aspect of what we do. I think there's also the aspect of just being available. And I think Spiritans throughout the world, that's what we do. We are just available for whatever it is that people need us to do and to be at that moment. This church is a historical church here in Harlem. It's the mother church of Black Catholics. It's a church where people, as African Americans moved from the South and people immigrated from the Caribbean, they found a place. And so this became the welcome center, if you would, of Black Catholics in the Harlem neighborhood.
When we couldn't go anywhere to church, we only could go to one church in Harlem, one church, and that was St. Mark's. We weren't allowed in any of the other churches. So this was really great for us that we had a church, Catholic church, that would take us in. And then the Sisters of Blessed Sacrament came in to start a school here for the Native and Black Americans, which was great. So all of us got our education from them, beautiful education.
St. Mark's, originally, when it was built in 1907, the parish was German and Irish. Then in 1912, when the African Americans started to move from the 60s, which we call the San Juan Hill, in that area, when they started moving up, then they said, well, we have to make a colored parish. And this was the first colored parish in Harlem, because the first parish was really St. Joseph's, St. 125th. But then that's when the Holy Ghost Fathers came in to take over. Father Plunkett was the first pastor here.
St. Mark the Evangelist Catholic Church is one of the parishes of the Archdiocese of New York and located in Central Harlem. St. Mark's Church was the first Catholic parish in Harlem to open its doors to Black immigrants from the Caribbean and the southern states of the United States.
This church is really wonderful because it's kind of a bit of a microcosm of not just Harlem, but the entire city. We have people from different parts of Latin America. We have Asians, Filipinos, we have and Haitians. You know, so they're people who are from the community, who just for which the community was built, the church was built originally.
I love that the churches, we're kind of moving with the times. Like sometimes he does some of the portions and there's a French service, there's Like sometimes he can speak a little Spanish. Everybody seems to be able to speak every language in here.
Lecture de l'Apocalypse de Saint Jean.
It's a lot more youth that come to church now, I guess because his message is so relatable to everybody. And I've noticed that a lot of the elderly now seem to kind of reach out to the younger generation and kind of pull them in.
One Sunday I came in here just because I didn't want to go to Midtown. And that was when Father Freddy had already joined the church. And I found the service completely different from what I had experienced around in New York, because he brought much life into this church. And also he was asking, like, who is coming here for the first time? And I found it extremely welcoming.
My favorite part about the church is just the family atmosphere. It's so warm and inviting, and you just feel good. You don't feel like you're a stranger. Everybody welcomes everybody, and it's just a family. We're just family here because it's nice and small, and we're compact, and you don't get lost in here.
Well, it's become very diverse, which is great. We have a variety of parents, different jobs, different backgrounds, different parts of the world they come from. So it just comes cool. We all just mesh together.
St. Mark the Evangelist Catholic Church has many ministries that extend the mission of the Spiritans in the parish.
My favorite part is the church, the choir, and I've been here with a long time. I've seen several pastors come through here while I was still here. Thank God they all was here for a long time, and we know them. We've all been here together at the same time, and I do a lot of work for the church. I decorate and make the altar cloth that's on the altar. I do a lot of sewing, and I've done that for many years.
We have Mass in English, we have Mass in French and Creole. I think is very, very important because we discovered a whole group of people who have been underserved here, who are new immigrants to the Harlem community and who are looking for a place where they can worship God and be themselves. And I find that the community that we have here, the French community, has about people from 6 different French-speaking countries, and each one of them hearing their voice and welcome. We have a school, so we have a pre-kindergarten, so those are the 3 and 4-year-olds, and then we have the regular school from kindergarten through 8th grade. We have a food pantry, we have all kinds of evangelization team, we have outreach, so we put a class in for English as a second language to help people to be able to communicate a little bit better. We have employability workshops, etc., to help people figure out how can I find a job in this kind of environment, insurance seminars. So we're just trying to provide the supports and the resources for people to be able to do what they do best. The food pantry is an opportunity once again to encounter people kind of at their deepest moments of need, where they might not be people who don't have anything, but they have to make a choice between whether I'm going to pay my bills or I'm going to buy food.
The pantry has been in existence for more than 20 years, and the pantry, we distribute food. I try to arrange the food in a way that if there's anything I see that's free in the food that the food bank is offering, then I try to, get free food. If not, our food is paid through either by the federal government, the city, the state, or the city council.
We are helping here to clean our church, just to make sure that everything is neat for those who come and worship, to create an environment that will be appealing and welcoming. My faith is who I am. That's how I identify myself. So I feel I need to give back. When I'm in church, I feel happy. I feel this is where I belong. So
Parish, St. Mark's Parish member for the last 15, 20 years. And I've been doing the clothes distribution for the last 12 years, or something like that. And it's very rewarding to me. It's a way of me giving back to my community. I bring donations myself. People know me as the lady that dresses Harlem. And I'm usually up and down the street, you know, and people are greeting me, when can I bring some stuff in there for you? And I let them know, bring them to the rectory. They'll hold them down for me and whatnot.
Founded in 1912 as a result of a collaboration between Catherine Drexel and the Spiritans, growing out of grassroots black activism within the parish, St. Mark the Evangelist Catholic School still flourishes to this day with over 270 students.
I think that the thing with St. Mark is that folks just love this school. They love this community, so recruitment hasn't been a big problem for us. Of course, we want to have more numbers in our seats, but we really want to make sure that we're serving the population that St. Catherine Drexel started the school for. We wanted to make sure that we're serving the low-income African-American and Native American members of the Harlem community, and that's what she asked folks to do in 1912, so we're going to continue to do that today. It's just really sticking to that mission and making sure that we are getting folks in this building, the folks that want to be at St. Mark's and the folks that want to continue the legacy of St. Mark. I think that in a Catholic school, just our small class sizes make us totally different from the other schools. We have roughly 20 to 27 students in each class, and that really allows teachers to really get in with the students, look at their data, look at their performance, and say, okay, this is what my students need to be successful. Let me make sure I'm planning for that.
St. Catherine Drexel founded the school over 100 years ago for children who were not able to pay for tuition at Catholic schools, so for Black and Native American children. And I think it's very helpful because she teaches a sense of giving back, because she came from a family of wealth and decided to put that into other people. And I think it's the children understand the story and the history, and it just reminds them of giving back.
A cultural and economic mecca for African Americans during the 1920s and 30s, Harlem retains much of its rich heritage that made it famous. Local institutions, churches, and parks play an essential role in this historic neighborhood.
Harlem is a very, very unique place. It's a place of culture, and for a lot of us, it's a renaissance. It's a place of renewal and refreshment. You have all these historical figures who have walked through the streets of Harlem, and you know that you're walking on grounds where people you just read about have been, and then the church is there. And so what we do, I think, impacts the history of everyone who passes through Harlem just as much as the movie stars.
I love Harlem. The bustle and the hustle and bustle. You know, the community is alive from early dawn to sundown. The community is alive with activity, with, you know, the people, the children.
St. Mark's and the Spiritans continue to change as the neighborhoods evolve.
The people are friendly. We're like, we feel at home here, really. And when people come here to join our church, they can't believe it that we're so friendly, we're homely, we enjoy having you here.
It's where my spirit led me, so this is where I came. And I love it. I love the spirit that I feel in here.
Well, you know, the question of many young Catholics throughout the country is not so much that they don't believe, but do they find a place where they can say they belong?
Harlem is totally different from what I expected. It is live, it is vibrant, it is moving, it is shaking. It is not the Harlem that I saw on TV as a child. It is the type of place where I feel like I belong.
Walking in the footsteps of the Spiritan founders, Desplaces and Lieberman, Spiritans are living the gospel in response to the changing needs of this contemporary culture and building community in parts of the world that are often neglected. Harlem and the parish of St. Mark's is another one of the missions where the Spiritans continue the mission.
They are very strong in their faith, and they carry it out in action.